Hey everyone, ready to dive into something we see every day but probably don't think much about.
Glass.
You got it. You guys sent in some really cool factoids from cocktail party chemistry and
Oh, I love that podcast.
me too. But anyway, they really got me thinking about glass in a whole new way.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how much we take it for granted.
Totally. So we're going to try to unpack these 5 factoids and hopefully decode this whole solid liquid paradox thing. Ready to have your mind blown.
I'm always up for a good mind blowing.
All right. So factoid number 1, glass is a solid with liquid-like disorder. What? That sounds like a riddle.
Right. It's like saying my sock drawer is neatly messy.
Ah, exactly. How
Yeah.
can something be solid but also disordered? It's like defying the laws of physics.
Well, it's not really defying physics. It's just that with most solids, the atoms are arranged in a really neat pattern, like a perfectly tiled floor. But with glass, it's more like
A jumbled pile of Legos.
Exactly. The atoms are all over the place, which is why it's called an amorphous solid.
Okay, so it's solid, but on an atomic level, it's a total free-for-all. So what does that actually mean for, us in the real world?
Well, believe it or not, that crazy atomic structure is actually what makes glass transparent. Light can pass through it without getting all scattered by a super rigid structure.
Hold on, are you saying that if glass were perfectly ordered, like those tiles we talked about, we wouldn't have windows?
Exactly.
Mm.
No windows, no lenses, no eyeglasses. Pretty wild, huh?
That is wild.
Oh.
All right, next up, those old weighty windows you see in historic buildings. Is it actually true that they were thicker at the bottom because the glass, like, flowed over time?
You know that's a super common myth, but it's just not true. Glass doesn't really flow at room temperature.
So why are they all wonky?
It's just because of the way they used to make glass back in the day. It was a pretty rough process, so the panes often ended up thicker and kind of uneven at the bottom.
So it's more like a vintage imperfection than anything else.
Pretty much.
I gotta admit, I totally fell for that flowing glass myth.
It's a good one.
This is why I love these deep dives. Always learning something new. Okay, so this next factoid says that glass doesn't have a clear melting point like other solids. What? I'm picturing an ice cube melting into a puddle.
It's not quite like that with glass. Think about heating up honey. It doesn't just suddenly become liquid, right?
Yeah, it gets all gooey and runny.
Exactly. Glass is kind of similar. When you heat it up, it slowly transitions from a solid to a more viscous, liquid-like state.
Okay, so there's no specific temperature where it magically melts. It's more like a slow dance from solid to liquid.
A very slow dance. And that's actually what makes glass blowing possible.
Ah, that makes sense. Imagine trying to shape something that just instantly turns into a puddle. All right, factoid number 4. Thin film magic. This sounds intriguing. What's so magical about thin films of glass?
Well, it turns out that by tweaking the composition of glass and how it's manufactured, you can really change its properties in a big way. Like with Gorilla Glass, the stuff they use in smartphone screens,
Yeah.
it's incredibly thin, but also super strong and scratch resistant.
Right. I've dropped my phone more times than I care to admit, and that screen is a champ. It's crazy how they can make something so thin and delicate also be so tough.
It's pretty remarkable. It all comes down to the science of materials. They've figured out how to create this super sleek and durable material by playing with the chemistry and the manufacturing process.
All right, last factoid. It says glass breaks the rules of crystallinity. What does that even mean? Is glass some kind of rebel material?
Well, it definitely challenges our traditional understanding of what a solid is. Remember how we talked about that disordered structure of glass?
The Lego pile.
Exactly. Well, that lack of a nice, neat, crystalline structure has actually caused a big debate among scientists. Some think glass is like this totally unique state of matter, kind of in between a solid and a liquid, and others think it's just a really, really viscous liquid that's basically frozen in time. It's like the scientific community is trying to solve a giant glassy jigsaw puzzle.
Okay, so even with all our fancy technology, glass is still stumping the experts.
Yep.
So what's the holdup? What makes it so hard to figure out?
Glass is just complicated. It acts like a solid sometimes, and then other times, boom, it's showing off its liquid-like moves. It's a real Jekyll and Hyde situation.
Okay, so it's this duality that's causing all the head scratching.
Yeah, like if you look at a super old piece of glass under a microscope, a really powerful one, you might actually see tiny, tiny signs of flow. Like it's very slowly creeping over time.
Whoa, really? So maybe there is some truth to that flowing window thing after all, just on a microscopic level. So if it's happening that slowly, why even bother debating it? Does it really matter if we call it a weird solid or a super slow liquid?
It's a good question. But understanding the fundamental nature of glass, it's not just about labels. It's about unlocking its full potential. The more we know about how its structure affects its properties, the better we can create new kinds of glass for all sorts of cool stuff.
So you're saying that by cracking the glass code, we can basically make custom glass.
Pretty much. It'd be like having a glass recipe book where you can tweak the ingredients to get exactly what you want.
Okay, now that's awesome. What kind of crazy glass concoctions can we cook up?
Oh man, so many. There's silicate glass, which is the most common type. It's what we use for windows and bottles. But get this, there are also metallic glasses.
Metallic glass.
Yeah. They're crazy strong and flexible. They use them in aerospace stuff.
Wait, glass that bends. I'm picturing like a foldable phone made of glass.
Maybe someday. There's also phosphate glass. It's used in lasers and fiber optics. And then there's chalcogenide glass, which is super cool. They're looking into using it for data storage and infrared stuff.
Whoa! I had no idea glass was so diverse, each one with its own superpower. This is blowing my mind. Okay, back to the mystery. Has all this research given scientists any clues about what glass really is?
It's still a bit of a mystery, but scientists are definitely making progress. They've got these super advanced imaging techniques now, so they can actually look at the structure of glass on an atomic level.
So like a superpowered zoom lens for atoms.
Exactly. And you know what's really interesting? They're finding that even though glass doesn't have that long-range order of a crystal, there are actually these tiny pockets of order within the chaos.
So it's not a complete free-for-all.
Apparently not. It's like finding little islands of calm in a wild ocean. It suggests that glass might be even more complex than we thought. Not just a solid or a liquid, but maybe something totally unique.
It's like glass is whispering its secrets, one atom at a time. We've managed to do some pretty amazing things with glass, even without fully understanding it, right? I mean, skyscrapers, fiber optic cables, telescopes, pretty impressive.
Absolutely. Since ancient times, glass has been an essential material. I mean, think about it. Those beautiful stained glass windows in cathedrals or those delicate blown glass sculptures.
It's true, we kind of take it for granted. But glass really is everywhere in our everyday lives. It's a material that combines science and art, practicality, and beauty.
Totally. And that's what makes it so fascinating. It's got this tension between scientific complexity and artistic potential.
You know, I'm starting to become a bit obsessed with glass now. I never thought I'd be so fascinated by something I used to consider, well, just plain old glass.
Okay, before I go full glass geek, what about the practical side of things? Is this research actually impacting our lives in any tangible ways?
Oh, absolutely. The advances in glass technology are leading to all sorts of cool innovations. For example, because we understand how to manipulate the structure of glass now, we can make incredibly strong and lightweight glasses for electronics and even cars.
So our smartphones and cars are getting tougher thanks to a better understanding of glass.
Exactly. And in medicine, they're even developing bioactive glasses that can interact with the human body and help bones regenerate.
Wait, glass that can heal bones? Are you serious? This is why I love these deep dives. You start with something so simple, and it just opens up a whole universe of possibilities.
Totally. Who knows what other incredible things we'll discover as we continue to explore the world of glass. It really is a fascinating material. Well, my mind is officially blown. We've gone from debunking myths about old windows to talking about glass that heals bones. Glass. You truly are a mystery wrapped in an enigma.
Right. It's amazing how something so commonplace can still hold so many secrets and inspire so many incredible innovations.
I have a whole new appreciation for glass now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But before we wrap things up, there's one more aspect of glass we haven't really touched on yet, something that's captivated humans for centuries: the art of glass.
Yeah.
We've talked about the science, the mystery, the innovation, but glass, it's not just about the practical stuff, right? There's a whole artistic side to it too.
Oh, absolutely. Glass art is incredible. It's like taking this everyday material and transforming it into something truly stunning and beautiful.
It's like glass has a soul, you know? Those stained glass windows in cathedrals, the delicate sculptures, even those colorful vases you see in homes. It's just, there's something about glass art that evokes such a sense of wonder.
And there are so many different forms of glass art. Stained glass with all those vibrant colors and intricate details, the way the light shines through it. And then there's blown glass, capturing movement and form in such a fluid and elegant way.
I've always been fascinated by glass blowing. It's like watching magic happen, taking this molten blob and turning it into something so delicate and graceful.
It really is magical, but it also requires incredible skill and precision. Glass blowers, they have to control the temperature, the timing, the airflow, all before the glass hardens. It's like a dance between heat and breath.
Definitely an art form that takes years to master. Are there any particular glass artists or movements that, really stand out to you?
Oh, there are so many talented glass artists out there, but one that always comes to mind is Dale Chihuly. His sculptures are just breathtaking, these massive organic forms that seem to defy gravity, like something you'd find in a coral reef or a rainforest.
I've seen pictures of his work, those massive chandeliers, the swirling tendrils of glass. It's incredible. It's hard to believe it's made of the same stuff as a window.
I know, right? It just shows you the amazing potential of glass. It's this constant interplay between fragility and strength, transparency and color.
And it's amazing how long humans have been using glass as an art form. Ancient Egyptian glass beads, Roman mosaics, those stunning stained glass windows from the Middle Ages. We've always been captivated by glass.
And the story of glass art is still being written today. Contemporary artists are constantly pushing the boundaries, experimenting with new techniques and forms, from intricate glass jewelry to these massive installations that transform entire spaces.
It's like this humble material, born from sand and fire, just keeps on inspiring us.
Mhm.
So, to wrap things up, I think we've learned that glass is way more than just something we see through or drink out of.
Yeah, it's a material that challenges our assumptions, sparks our curiosity, and reminds us that even the most everyday things can hold such incredible beauty and potential.
It's like a reflection of our world, complex and beautiful and full of surprises. So the next time you see a piece of glass, take a moment to really appreciate it. Think about its journey from sand to this incredible material that shapes our world and inspires our imagination.
Well said. It's been a pleasure diving into the world of glass with you.
Likewise. And to all our listeners, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of glass. Until next time.